Hi there. Thank you so much for your interest in the Peaceful Presence Project. We have developed these courses to respond to an observed need in our community to cultivate a more compassionate and death literate culture in our country. My name is Erin. I am the program director and an end of life doula. I'm also a certified hospice and palliative care nurse, and I've spent 17 years in both hospice and oncology care. What I've found is that as a nurse, my nursing experience really informs my end of life doula work. And at the same time, the skills I've acquired as an end of life doula absolutely inform my nursing care. The two are really inextricably woven together.
Hello, everyone, and my name is Elizabeth. I work as the executive director and as an end-of-life doula, and I'm really happy to have you all here with us today. I have spent the majority of my professional life working internationally as an experiential educator, facilitator, and a mediator. And what a lot of this experience abroad has taught me or highlighted for me is the fact that we as Americans are really tragically unprepared and unskilled in terms of showing up and supporting both our family members and community members around the end of life experience. So at the Peaceful Presence Project, we're building up skill sets and wisdom around how to really hold space and support people in their end of life experiences, and considering what it looks like to integrate the end of life doula role into already existing care models.
Hi there, my name is Carrie, and I am the Doula Program Manager for the Peaceful Presence Project. I'm also a certified yoga therapist. I had the personal experience of being a caregiver for both of my parents when they died from cancer 14 years apart. What I learned was that despite the incredible support of hospice care, there was so much more to be done. And the doula skill set is just what is needed to support individuals as they navigate serious and terminal illnesses.
So, why did we establish this training? For me, as a hospice nurse, I observed that people were coming to end of life care afraid of dying and largely unprepared for it. I saw that there was an opportunity in the community to create a skill set and a way for people to show up in a more compassionate and death literate way. We are inspired by the compassionate communities model of care, and this model states that people who are facing serious and terminal illness are only in front of a healthcare provider about 5% of the time. And so, if we care about how people experience the end of life and how they experience serious illness, then it's our community responsibility to figure out what we're doing with that other 95% of the time. We recognize that this is a cultural shift, and we feel it's a really important one to come together and develop models of care to fill that 95% of the time.
And we really do know that the dying and grieving aren't the issue, but rather the comorbidities that oftentimes accompany all diseases. So things like depression, stigma, anxiety, loneliness, isolation. And the reality is that these comorbidities are really amenable to prevention and harm reduction. So we know that what most people need is not more medicine or counseling, but rather better support. So we're working from the perspective that dying is not a medical event, but rather a social and a community event. And we're dedicated to offering practical strategies that serve to support those who are dying and grieving in our communities, including their caregivers. And if quality and continuity of care are really important to us, if these things really matter, then stronger and more informed partnerships between community members, all of us, and our care systems is really essential. And we can do this better and in a more informed and compassionate way.
So who is this training for? Well, the short answer is that it's for anyone who is intrigued by this model of care. And the longer answer is that this training is appropriate for nurses, for social workers, physicians, hospice and palliative care volunteers, for an aspiring end-of-life doula or end-of-life care practitioner, integrative therapy practitioners, and really, and most importantly, for caring community members. There's an opportunity here to relearn and remember the skills that we know inherently as human beings of how to show up for one another. We have developed this training by weaving together evidence-based research, current best practices, and our own practical experiences. We've created a user-friendly, interactive, and professional training.
So we'd like to describe the 3 different courses available to you. And the first is our Compassionate Presence Workshop series. And this is comprised of 3 pre-recorded modules, and learners can engage with this material in their own way, on their own time, and at their own pace. And this training provides the skills and foundational knowledge through the lens of relationship with self, with other, and with systems in which care is provided. And with this knowledge, we believe that you are prepared to step out into the community and support family, friends, or neighbors as they're facing serious or terminal illnesses. And for those with a desire to delve deeper into the doula model of care, or pursue a professional calling, we offer the Professional Presence End of Life Doula course.
We are pleased to offer both a self-paced and a facilitated version of this course, structured on the same framework of relationship with self, others, and the systems in which we work and care. The 8 modules then go into a more comprehensive study of the professional skill set of an end-of-life doula. We've taken different learning styles into account, and over each of the 8 modules, there are recorded sessions, there are reading, writing, and listening assignments. This facilitated version progresses over 8 consecutive weeks, including 4 group classes on Zoom. This is part of the community building aspect of this training: peer-to-peer learning, practice opportunities, and interaction with others who are learning the same skill set. The professional course is structured to prepare you for the proficiency exam of the National End-of-Life Doula Alliance, or NEDA. The NEDA exam is not a certification, but rather provides a national measure of the end-of-life doula skill set and proficiency.
So to close, we just want to say that if you are here, you are clearly moved by and understand the importance of this work. And we are thrilled that you're here learning more about our courses. Your next step is to read over the written details of each of the 3 courses in the next lessons. We have included information about pricing and scholarship opportunities, schedule, registration, and frequently asked questions, including the link to register when you are ready. Thanks so much for your interest, and we look forward to being with you soon.